Then if you and that's how far he has. Hey guys, welcome back to my video. In this episode, we're going to get fit, as in Fitbit. So stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to another fun-filled episode with me, Life According to Maria. In this episode, I'm going to be talking to you guys about the Fitbit, the two that we have in our family right now, and how we got them and what we think about them and all of that good stuff. So let's get started. Little story, I got the original Fitbit Flex over a year ago, maybe now about a year and a half ago. And I wore that religiously every single day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, except for, showering or anything like that. And I really, really enjoyed it. I love their app. I love the Fitbit app. I love everything about it. It never let me down. And I just, as I said before, I got off my little health kick a while back, and one day I was getting ready to charge it, and I basically didn't put it back on my wrist for a few months. And I think that was honestly one of my worst mistakes that I did, because it did not put my mind in the frame of, did I exercise enough? Did I get enough steps in today? What am I doing? Did I, drink enough water? Am I hydrating? Everything like that. Yeah, boo-hoo for me and shame on me. I didn't do a good job about that. Well, I rediscovered doing the Fitbit when I had gained some weight now this year, and I wanted to drop the weight. And I'm like, it worked before. I have to make that commitment. I have to get back on it. I wanted a little something extra, and so I treated myself to the Fitbit Flex 2. And then I thought to myself, well, the Fitbit Flex is pretty good. I don't want to throw it away or donate it, or who am I going to give it to? Well, I asked my husband, I said, hey, do you want to try the Fitbit, the Flex? And he was like, well, what's that? And then I showed him, and, I had to go through a whole thing about how to use it and all of that. Well, let me tell you, he took to it like a duck to water. He loves it. He downloaded the app. He put it on his hand. He's been walking. He's gotten buddies. He's gotten his little friends that are on the Fitbit program to add them in as a group, and they taunt each other, and they challenge each other, and they have work week challenges and how many people get the most steps. I mean, it really is. Fitbit has made this very successful, because not only is it a good hardware, but the app makes it fun. It makes it like it's a community, and you get your friends involved, and everybody wears it, and you kind of like get into this groove. Okay, so he's on the Fitbit Flex. I'm on the Fitbit Flex 2. Now, I bought the 2 because there's some automation in it, not a lot more than the original Fitbit Flex. It's about, I think it's a little more expensive maybe now, maybe a few dollars more. Not a lot. There's not a big range. I think now the Flex is $79 and the Flex 2 is like $99, where last year the Flex used to be $99. So I think they've dropped down a little bit in price because of this new iteration, new generation of it. So the 2, the difference between the 1 and the 2, and I'll show you this, guys, I'm going to work through it. The difference between the 2 is not only in the size, but in what it can do. So the 2, I think, has a lot more automation for when you're asleep. It can detect it a lot easier than the original Flex. The app doesn't seem to have changed all that much. And then there's also alerts that you can set up with the Flex too. So it actually speaks to your phone. Now, I have an iPhone, so I can only speak for the iPhone, but I think it does it for the Android as well. It gives you text alerts. It gives you text alerts. It gives you call alerts when someone's calling. It gives you a little nagging. You can turn on that it nags you if you're not active a certain amount of hours. It will actually nag you. It'll pulsate on your wrist so that you get up and walk around a little bit. So it does all kinds of nifty things, a little more than the original Flex did. But like I said, the Flex, for my husband, the Flex is more than enough. He's not into all the alerts and tingles and this and that. He does get a really big kick out of the Flex when it explodes on his arm and vibrates that he's made his steps daily. So that's one thing he really likes. But the other things like text alerts and email alerts and call alerts, yeah, it's no big deal for him. So anyway, let me get into the two, and I've got him here. I took it off his wrist. So this is the one. This is the original Flex one, and this is the blue band. It's an original, colored band with it. And I'm going to pop it. Now it's in the back here, as you can see. That's how it kind of is housed. Oh, and by the way, none of these are, they don't do the heart rate monitor. So if you're looking to do the heart rate monitor while you're exercising, you're going to have to go up in the Fitbit range. I think one is called the Charge, Fitbit Charge. I think that's one does heart rate, and those higher end ones. The Ulta, I believe, does it. The Charge does it. And then the top of the line, which is the one that looks like kind of looks like an iPhone, but it's more of a watch nature. It's like a square watch, and that's the Blaze, and that's the most expensive one. That's got little apps and stuff that you can do, and it's got the clock that you can change and all that. Really swanky. But for the Flex, this is how it looks like, and I'm going to pop it out here out of its little hub. Now it's like a little pod. It comes out. There you go. And this is how big it is. Okay. And then if you, I'm going to try to tap it. There it goes. You see it? And it that means it's on its fourth little light here. And that's how far he has to go. There's 5 lights on it that go in sequence for each amount of steps that you do. So, in the morning you start with like 1 light blinking if you tap on it. And then throughout the day, if you check on your wrist and you tap it and you keep walking around, it'll progress to 2, 3, 4, and then 5 is you've made it, you've hit your goal, and then it does a little buzz dance on your wrist. Okay, so this is the Flex. So that's that one. And then the other one, this is the one I'm wearing now. Now this is a third-party band that I got off of one of those Amazon things, and they're a couple of dollars, and I just like it because I like different colors. It came with a black band, but and I'll show you guys up here on one of the still shots. I took a picture of the unboxing and how it looks like and everything. But I like different colors. So I've ordered, pink and white and green and all kinds of fun colors for the season. And this is this one, the small one, the Flex 2. Now this is much smaller. So this is how this one looks like. Tiny, tiny. Look at that. Really tiny. So now I'm going to put the 2 next to each other so you guys can see. Oh, I hope I don't drop them, guys. Okay, there. Okay, not too much of a significance in the height. I mean, maybe a teeny weeny bit in the height, but certainly in the width. This is much fatter than this one, okay? And then I'm going to show you from the side, thin, and this one just looks kind of all around. It looks the same, almost like the same width, if you're doing it this way or the other way. And that's the back of it. And there's no prods or anything in back of this. So that's the front That's the back. It's kind of activating as I'm twirling it. I don't know why. And these prongs over here, this is not for your heart rate or anything like that. This is where you actually put it in for the charging mechanism. So this is the contacts for the charging mechanism. And this one, the contacts for the charging mechanism are on the bottom, as you can see. Okay, so there you go. So you guys can see all that. So, you know, this is a lot lighter, a lot smaller. This is the, you know, the older version. But, you know, seriously small. I mean, it's not a big deal on your wrist to put it on there. So now, if you're charging it, and I brought the chargers for both of them. This is the new one, and you see there are the contacts here. And you plug it in. It's just a USB, so you can charge it in your computer or any USB port. You just, you know, put it in there, and I will hopefully get this right. You just kind of align the two prongs, you know, the two little contacts there. So you just put it in here, and snaps in. There you go, snaps in, and that's it. It will kind of like light up when you plug it in, and then it takes probably 2 to 3 hours for a full charge, I would say. If you're charging it for the first time when you get it, I would charge it overnight. That's what I did. I just, you know, once I got it out of the box, I just plugged it in overnight. I waited till it charged up fully, and then you're good to go. Now, I don't see a significant difference, and let me show you the other one too, by the way. I don't see a significant difference in the amount of charge that it holds between the old version and the new version. It's still about 4 or 5 days, depending on your usage and how often you're, you know, running, or what your activity is, and how often you're checking your app, because every time it checks on the app, it draws, you know, from here. Anyway, this is how this one goes in. There's your contacts, and you just put it right in there, snaps in, and then again, it has the USB, and that's how it looks like. Okay. Easy peasy, really easy stuff. So where was I? Oh yeah, there's no real significant difference that I see. Maybe a half a day or 1 day more, maybe. I really have not seen a big difference between the Flex 2 and the original Flex as far as how many days it'll go before the charge is depleted. You do have to do it every 4 to 5 days from what I've seen, okay? And we just have our little things at night, you know, if it's getting low, if it's on the red zone, there's, you know, green, yellow, and red on the app, it'll show you. Once it gets down to the red, you know, you're like on, you know, a few hours left, and that's it. So when I see it's on the red, and it's usually at night, during the work night, I'll just come home and I'll plug it in, and that night I won't have, the only downside is I won't have any sleeping time logged, but look, I can live with that. I mean, it's no big deal. If I really, really need it, I mean, I could get up and, you know, a couple of hours and put it back on my wrist, but I'm usually too lazy to do that, and I honestly don't need it that much. It's not a big hype for me to see, you know, every minute detail of what I've done during the night for sleeping or not sleeping. So, you know, that's my take on it. But anyway, I wanted to show you guys this because it has made a really significant change in our lives as far as our activity is concerned. I really am impressed with the way that my husband has taken to it, and how he really likes it, and how much he's used it. And it's really brought to the forefront for him, gee, I really have to get up off my desk here. You know, I've been working all day. I really need to go ahead and commit to walking around the building or walking outside a little bit. He usually has a couple of people that walk during the day with him for his breaks, and he, you know, they walk around the building a bit. So it's really brought that to the forefront that he really needs to do that. And for me, it's been the same way. I mean, I've just gone back to a newer version. Like I said, I love this version. I like the text notification, honestly, and I like the call notification. I can have my you know, phone in my pocketbook and walking around. And if it's noisy in a shop or something that I'm in, it will buzz on my wrist, and then I will know immediately and it has different buzzes. It actually has a longer buzz or a shorter buzz. It's almost like a bzz, bzz versus a bzz, you know, that kind of thing. So you know if you're getting a text message versus a regular call, it has different, I can't explain it, but different pulsations is what I'm trying to say. So you kind of know what's going on, and you know, you can choose to answer your phone, or you can choose to, oh, someone texted me, let me go check my text message or anything if you don't have your phone right by you. And there's a pretty big range. I mean, you can leave your phone, you know, like I could leave it upstairs in my house here, be downstairs in the kitchen, and all of a sudden the Fitbit will buzz on me, and I'll know that someone's you know, texted me or left me email, or I got a call or whatever. So I really like that. I love that about it, and I'm going to continue to use it. I think it's a really good bang for your buck, and really good tip. If you go to Bed Bath & Beyond, that's where I got my original Flex. I believe they still have a whole Fitbit area where you can buy it. At least down here they do. And if you get your 20% coupon from Bed Bath & Beyond, they will honor that for the Fitbit. They will actually go ahead and take the 20% off for the Fitbit. So at least they did last year. So I'm hoping they still do it. But definitely try it. Try to get that discount, because that is a big difference. If you're spending, you know, even $100 or $129 for the Fitbit, depending on which one you're getting, 20% off is significant. You know, it's $20 and up on a $100 purchase. So that's a really great deal. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you really like it. Make sure you subscribe and hit that button, you know, the little bell button that does the notifications, so that every time I put up a video, you will see it and get alerted to it. And let's see, what else do I want to tell you guys? Oh yeah, my blessings to you. Have a wonderful day out there. Don't forget to go over to the 600 subscriber video and enter for the giveaway. There's 2 giveaways because I made it to 600 subscribers, so there's 2 giveaways. I will be doing a drawing April 1st, and I believe this video will be up before April 1st, so you can still run over there and go ahead and leave a comment. You must leave a comment on that video, on the 600 subscriber video, because those will be the eligible people that will be getting a you know, a prize. So of course you want to do that, because it's free and it's really good products. You'll see that in the video there, what I'm giving away. One is a wonderful body scrub, and it's taking all of my effort, honestly guys, not to dig into that body scrub and not to use it. I seriously think I'm going to go back out and buy a second one just for me, because I've been smelling on it and it is absolutely fabulous. So I can't wait to give it away to someone and know that they're going to be enjoying it, you know, from me to you. So thank you so much again for joining me today, and I hope to see you soon around in my next video. Bye bye.